What's up, guys? Thank you for clicking on the video. I hope you like it. This is my first ever recorded video recording about, or better yet, reviewing comic books. I've always been into comic books. My dad gave me his collection. That's how I got into comic books. But I'm in North Carolina now. Got out of the Marine Corps. Didn't take my comic books with me. So they're all back home in Rhode Island. With that being said, I started collecting again in January, starting with Spawn. I have a subscription box, so I have Spawn 291 through 295. And it actually isn't that hard to jump in, starting with 291. That's not where the story arc begins. The story arc actually begins, I believe, in issue 283. And it's the beginning of this current Spawn issue after the dark horror story arc, which I heard a lot of good things about. I'm gonna have to check that out too. But for now, I'm still reading. I'm reading a bunch of other stuff too, but I'm just gonna stick to the current run that's going on right now until I'm able to find those dark horror, or at least I want to catch up to what I have now, and then I'll go back. But I digress. 291, fantastic book. If you're into dark, creepy, scary shit, this is the way to go. Like, it is so crazy. Todd McFarlane, I love him as an artist, but this guy, I believe his name's Simon Kudranski. He's the artist for the book, and I'll get his credits so you guys can see, because everybody on here deserves their due, because they definitely put the work in. Like I said, Todd McFarlane, amazing script, amazing story, amazing dialogue. The art is ridiculous. I'm a sucker for art. That's what I like in comic books. And yeah, the art is on point, let me tell you. So it starts off, this guy Mark. I don't know who this guy is. Like I said, I'm jumping in fresh. Mark, he's complaining. He's doing this research, pen and paper, complaining like, yo, why can't I use computers? And Spawn, he shows up like Batman, just poof, in the room. Guy Mark putting his work in, doing what he's supposed to do. And then Spawn comes up, and then Mark, do you always have to be so dramatic? Don't worry, don't know why electricity reacts to me like that. Small little stuff like that I really appreciate, because it adds kind of like, I guess, a soul to the story. Like, it makes it not read like a comic book, even though you're reading comic books because you want to read comic books. But it makes it feel a lot more personable. Like, these are people talking, having a conversation, and there's a lot of that. Spawn's a really dark, brooding character, but he has personality in these issues, which I really appreciate. So, Mark, I don't want to give too much detail away, but Mark's researching something for Spawn. He finally gets it, and then Spawn, with this issue, he's explaining, well, he actually gives an explanation of where hell spawns come from, which I really like. I don't know if they touched on that in previous issues. If you're like me, jumping in with 291, you get an explanation of where hell spawns come from. Here's another view of the artwork. Stupid crazy artwork. I love the artwork in this. It's dark, but it's like hella colorful. So he's talking about, right here, he's talking about the battle. There's a battle between heaven and hell. Heaven and hell will always beef, and they're like, I don't know, they just can't get along. Whatever. It's always beefing. Here again, next page. Without spoiling too much. There's this page. I don't know if you guys can see that. Now, what this is an image of, Spawn's actually giving you an explanation of where hell spawns came from and why they look the way they look. He says, he's explaining why the suit has black and white, why it has skulls. Pretty much just giving you an explanation of why hell spawns look the way they look and why they do what they do. Which, again, small little details like that. I don't know if it's important. Maybe it'll show up later. I don't know if it's important, but that detail is very, very appreciated. Spawn's telling the guy about religion and how they're all wrong and why he's fighting against heaven and hell and all that. If you want the details, I genuinely recommend you pick this book up because there's so much going on just in this first issue. Here you got this little girl, right? Locked in a cage. But it's Spawn. He's not that bad of a guy. It's actually a demon in the cage. And, yeah. It gets crazy. Like, this book gets really crazy. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Cygor, but he's in here. Spawn gets a new power. I don't want to get into what that is, but he gets a new power in this issue. And in the next issue, he actually explains what that power is, but he doesn't know to what extent, that he has this power. He just knows he has this power and he can use it. We don't know how long it lasts. We don't know how he learned how to get it. We just know he went to hell. I guess his powers ran out. He went to hell, came back, has a new power. Dope. Another thing that I love, I don't know if Image Comics, I don't know if Image Comics does this specifically, but in these Spawn comic books, because I also have the first issue of Die I haven't read yet. I'm going to check that out. But I don't know if Image Comics does this, but all the ads, this is the last page of the comic. All the ads are in the back of the comic book instead of interrupting your reading, which I really appreciate. If you've read Spawn before, then you already know, but it's new to me and I appreciate it. I've been reading a lot of Thor, Spider-Man, Batman Who Laughs, War of the Realms. Those ads are so annoying, so I really appreciate that they're in the back of the book. But yeah, that was Spawn 291. Pretty much just an explanation of his powers, the mission he's on, fighting against heaven and hell. There's also supposed to be an event for issue 300. Can't wait for that, obviously, because what I read so far just with these 5 issues, dope, amazing. You can jump in where I did, 291, or you can go to 283, which obviously I would recommend. That way you can get the context, I guess you could say, of these issues. But if you like dark, kind of creepy, violent type material, Spawn's the way to go. Check it out. So that's it. Appreciate you guys at least clicking on the video. If you liked it, give me a like. Let me know that you liked it. Send a comment. Subscribe if you want me to make more. If you don't want me to make more, I might make more anyway. Just don't freaking watch, I guess. If you didn't like it, I'd appreciate it if you let me know. If you think my fucking voice is annoying, if you think, I don't know, you don't like the shit green wall in the background, let me know. Yeah, that's it. Newbie review.